All right, guys, Mitch here with the Geek Awakens, and I am here with George, who is one of the creators of Game of Ham. George, how's your con going so far?
So far, so good. It's exciting to be able to travel the country, and this is where our adventure started, and this is where it concludes before we go on our next leg over to the West Coast.
Nice.
We're from Connecticut.
Okay, right
a little
on.
bit of a hike, but
just a little, just
Yes.
a little. So tell us, give us the elevator pitch for which we learned this today, the award-winning Game of Ham.
yes. Well, the elevator pitch would be it's describable as Cards Against Humanity meets the board game Sorry, craned a few notches darker, and it aims to improve the mechanics and replayability of that style of game.
Nice, nice. And you guys won an award for this?
Yes, we competed with about 100 other indie games, video games, and board games over at Too Many Games in Oaks, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philly, and we got first place. So that was kind of cool. That was 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Oh, nice, nice. So, still on that, like, celebratory high, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then, of course, we had our record sales over in Denver, so far, so good.
Nice, nice. So, why ham?
It's the game of hating all mankind.
I love it.
I'm a big fan of secretly putting messages in that no one will get, Easter eggs.
Right.
And, of course, that's one of the Easter eggs of 3 that's on the box cover itself, because if you actually look at the box cover, it even says it right there.
Oh, there you go.
But, of course, even in the cards, there's a lot of little Easter eggs hidden in there because I want to give a lot of replay value. Because that's one of the issues with this type of game. Ultimately, you play it, and then after a few plays, there's no replay value. You slap your knee a few times, you don't get references, and this game aims to improve all of that and go the next level.
Nice. All right, so anyone who's played Cards Against Humanity, like they've all had this problem. They've played a card that they are sure is going to win, but then whoever's the judge that round is like, nah, I'm not going to choose that card.
Well,
but you have a rule for that. You have a fix for that. So tell me about that and like a couple other special rules.
Well, a cool thing about this game is, unlike other traditional card games like Cards Against Humanity, What Do You Meme, and all the games in that genre, there's sort of just one level. There's the card game, and that's it. In this game, we create a sort of experience where the person both gets that type of experience if they want to, but then there's also a board game that interacts. And the way it basically works is the cards interact with the board, and in response, the board interacts with the cards and also creates a game ender, which is a big issue with that type of game. But for your particular question, we got an ability card right here. This one is force the judge to pick a different card. And of course, if there's someone who's winning too much, we got another one, just make them sit out. So we got 2 finishers.
Nice. And yeah, there's somebody in our group who really needs that yellow card. We're talking about you, Lydia. So how long did it take to create Game of Ham, like from inspiration to now?
Sure. Well, inspiration, I started off bored, and my sister had just picked up a really sort of shoddy knockoff of Cards Against Humanity. I said we could do better. And we started working on it together. She got bored somewhat quickly. I had just finished a contract position at a company I was working at, and one thing led to another, and around 300 cards, I said, wait a second, I'm actually kind of good at this, and I could fix a lot of the issues, because Cards Against Humanity is a great game. There's not too many in the genre, but ultimately it falls a little bit short in terms of actual gameplay, and it's more of a casual thing. So I sort of created this whole thing one step at a time. It started at the beginning of 2017, and it only got released in 2019, just before the plague. So the official release date, 2019. The unofficial release date, August of last year, and we're able to do this full-time as of May this year.
That's amazing. So for people who aren't at the con this weekend, which you're getting a sale right now, like how can people find this game online? How can they get it?
Sure. Well, you could pick it up possibly at your local game store. We're actually in 26 states right now.
Oh, wow.
And around 70 mom and pop shops. But of course, you could also just go to our website, Game of Ham. I don't know if you want to focus in on that, but that right there is a QR code that'll take you directly to our site. And of course, you could just Google us.
Nice. Well, George, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. Have a great con.
Yeah, good to meet you too, and have a good one.
Awesome.